Hello and welcome to English Parliamentary News. I'm Rizky Hawadi. In this edition, we will present all the latest and interesting information around the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. Commission 9 of the House demand Food and Drug Monitoring Agency or BPOM Lampung branch to tighten their supervision towards the Ramadan month, especially in monitoring dangerous food ingredients. In the series of Commission 9 work visit to Lampung Province, this issue was raised in the meeting with the Governor of Lampung Province along with the Regional Work Unit, Department of Health, Department of Manpower, Food and Drugs Agency, State Ministry for Population, Indonesian Migrant Workers Placement Protection and Monitoring Agency, and also Healthcare Security or BPJS Lampung branch in the Lampung's Governor Office. Regarding the supervision done by Lampung Food and Drug Agency, member of Commission 9 Andi Fauzia Pujiwati demand the local branch of Food and Drug Agency to conduct inspection to rural areas where the dangerous and non-consumable food ingredients are often found circulating due to the minimum surveillance done by Food and Drugs Agency in this area. However, it is found that the jurisdiction of the BPOM is just as far as prosecuting in the case, and the institution itself still does not hold the authorization to execute some prevention acts against the distribution of non-consumable food and drugs.
Kami di Komisi 9 itu sudah berkali-kali untuk berusaha meningkatkan kewenangan Badan POM sendiri karena tanggung jawabnya itu sangat besar tetapi tidak dibarengi dengan kewenangan yang cukup besar sehingga seringkali Badan POM itu hanya jadi sebagai pemadam kebakaran. Nanti kalau ada kasus baru mereka turun tangan.
Meanwhile, the member of Commission 9 of the House, Franz Agung Mulyaputra, assessed that Lampung's Food and Drugs Agency has given their best performance, particularly regarding the anticipation of Ramadan fasting season. However, Franz encouraged the people to put extra attention while purchasing their foods, even if the appearance of the foods looks fresh and appealing.
Pada ibu-ibu khususnya untuk belanja ke pasar, belilah ikan yang segar, daging yang segar, karena sudah menjadi bukan rahasia umum lagi, menjelang bulan puasa ini banyak orang-orang nakal ini jual ikan yang tidak segar, jual daging yang tidak segar.
From Lampung Province, Helmi Darmawan and Ferdian, TVR Parliament report. Through the 2017 parliamentary campus activities, the House of Representatives supports the development of political education for the young generation as a form of a real democracy, considering that the community still think that politics is a part of the government's authority and responsibility. Vice Speaker for Politics and Security of the House of Representatives, Fadlizon, attended the recent national seminar with the theme 2019 Concurrent National Election Dynamics and Its Challenges, held by the Secretariat General of the House of Representatives of Republic of Indonesia. Fadlizon explains, this activity is especially important in order to give young generation some political understanding and encourage them to participate in the real democracy activities. Fadlizon adds, besides offering some political perspective for college students, campus parliament can also be one of the means to socialize the law.
Ya itu, saya kira kegiatan parlemen kampus kan memberikan satu pemahaman kepada masyarakat, dunia kampus, perguruan tinggi dan sivitas akademika tentang apa sih yang sedang dikerjakan oleh DPR sekarang ini. Di samping tadi apa yang menjadi tugas-tugas pokok yang selama ini memang diamanatkan oleh undang-undang.
The same response was also mentioned by the Chief of Parliamentary News Bureau, Secretary General of the House, Jaka Dwi Winarko. He appreciates the numerous requests from the universities from various regions as a response of their interest in simulating the campus parliamentary. Jaka Dwi Winarko explains, other than to give political knowledge, the students also give the understanding and experience about how to be a legislator and the lawmaking dynamics.
Demokrasi bukan tujuan, demokrasi adalah sarana. Tujuannya apa ya? Tujuannya tentunya ada keamanan, ada kesejahteraan, ada pembangunan itu. Jadi itulah yang perlu ya kita sampaikan kepada adik-adik mahasiswa, dan juga nanti ada kegiatan simulasi ya.
From West Java Province, Ayudanus and Ferdian, TVR Parliament report. Commission 3 of the House appreciates the declaration from the North Sumatra Regional Police, which stated that all of the city police offices and the dorm around North Sumatra are free and clean from drug abuse and trade. This expected to suppress and fight drug-related cases, which categorized as a serious issues in North Sumatra Province. Speaking after the recent drugs-free declaration from the police dorm presidents in North Sumatra COP headquarters, which attended by North Sumatra Governor Tengku Eri Nuradi, Vice Chairman of the Commission 3 of the House, Trimedia Panjaitan mentions about 340,000 people in North Sumatra are arrested for drug cases. Trimedia appraises the Clean the Inside and Fight Outside program initiated by North Sumatra Police Chief as a good way to provide awareness to the members of police to fight drugs. Therefore, Commission 3 of the House will also committed to give additional budget for drug rehabilitation and combating drugs case so that North Sumatra Province can be free from drug abuse cases.
Masih sering kita mendengar ada oknum-oknum pihak kepolisian yang bermain-main dalam kasus narkoba. Yang kedua, kami tentu akan mengawal program ini dan membantu apa yang bisa kami bantu dari segi tentu anggaran mungkin nanti.
Meanwhile, North Sumatra Regional Police Chief Rico Amelza Daniel declares that the combating drugs are the main program of Sumatra Regional Police that will start from cleansing the internal police from drug uses and trade. So if any member of the police is found and proven to be using drugs, the Chief of North Sumatra Regional Police will take a strong action and immediately dismiss the troublesome police member.
Bagi siapa yang coba-coba pakai, menggunakan, ya, mengedarkan dan bahkan di narkoba, harus keluar dari asrama. Dan bagaimana apabila sudah terlanjur terlibat pakai gitu? Nah, Bapak Gubernur sudah menyediakan untuk merehabilitasi.
From North Sumatra, Hilman Hidayat and Ferdian, TVR Parliament report. Commission 5 of the House views that the infrastructure in Depati Amir Airport, Pangkal Pinang, hasn't met the determined security standards, which based on the regulation of the Ministry of Transportation number 127 year 2015 concerning the National Flight Security Program. Commission 5 also urges PT Angkasa Pura II and the regional government to immediately manifest the landing system instrument and aircraft's parking lot. Speaking during the recent working visit of Commission 5 to Bangka Belitung, a member of Commission 5 of the House, Nizar Zahro, raised the reality and facts that were found in the management of Depati Amir Airport, where there is still a landing system instrument that's not yet installed. Therefore, Commission 5 demands the manager of the airport to fulfill the security standards in order to prevent accidents from happening.
Yaitu ILS, instrumen landing system itu masih belum terpasang. Padahal ILS itu sangat urgent dan sangat penting karena untuk bisa minimalisir terjadinya kecelakaan pesawat dikala pesawat dalam keadaan petir atau hujan atau juga dalam keadaan mendung. Masalah sarana prasarana yang lain itu yang menjadi catatan kecil antara penumpang dengan kondisi di bandara kan elevasinya naik. Jadi orang parkir mobil kemudian masih elevasi itu mestinya agak ada solusi lagi agar parkirnya bisa langsung masuk.
Furthermore, Nizar emphasized if airport safety and comfort are well managed by a great management, it will bring back the capital investment and increase region's income.
Yang terpenting dalam bandar udara itu adalah security, keamanan, safety, beserta kenyamanan. Kenyamanannya sudah oke, keamanannya yang perlu ditingkatkan karena tidak ada ILS beserta dengan lahan parkir yang elevasi naik. Yang ketiga, investasi itu akan cepat kembali kalau kenyamanan, keamanan, dan safety-nya segera terlaksanakan.
From Bangka Belitung, Ajib Caniago, Sanjaya and Septia, TVR Parliament report. Vice Speaker of the House for Politics and Security, Fadlizon, suggests the government to raise the supporting fund for political parties, corresponding to reasonable level and adjusted to country's financial capacity and country's conditions. Fadlizon says the suggestion for political parties fundraise has been proposed to the President Joko Widodo during the recent consultation meeting between the President and the Parliament. However, the President has not given any response regarding his approval on the proposal of political parties fundraise. Furthermore, Fadlizon explains it's still reasonable if political parties fund is raised up to 5,000 rupiah per person, where the government expected to only spend around 5 trillion every year from state budget.
Partai politik kan tidak boleh berusaha, tidak boleh punya PT, tidak punya perkebunan, bengkel, mining atau apa gitu ya. Jadi usulan saya waktu itu harusnya paling tidak satu suara itu 5.000 rupiah minimal. Dan saya kira di negara-negara lain sudah dipraktekkan.
Fadlizon hopes that the government to immediately considers the raise of supporting funds for political parties because in his opinion, as an organization with extensive network, political parties have to get enough funds for operational activities and the development of parties' cadre. Moreover, parties funding is also aimed to minimize corruption act occurred in some political party circles.
Saya kira kalau itu dialokasikan dananya dari APBN, itu partai politik akan jauh lebih berkembang, lebih modern, lebih berwibawa juga di mata konstituen. Dan mereka juga sebaliknya bisa bertanggung jawab. Pendanaan parpol ini kan vital bagi demokrasi. Gitu. Tidak mungkin ada demokrasi tanpa partai politik.
Winnie Bani and Saptia, TVR Parliament reports. Commission 7 of the House urges the local government of Central Kalimantan to immediately consolidate themselves over the overlapping mining licenses between companies with CNC certification and the non-CNC companies, following the finding of many mining companies without clean and clear status. Speaking during the working visit of Commission 7 of the House to Central Kalimantan, the chairman of Commission 7, Gus Irawan Pasaribu, deplores the fact that there are still many non-CNC companies operating in Central Kalimantan. According to him, the number of companies without IUP and CNC permission is often caused by the obscurity of IUP CNC certification arrangement between regional and central government. Furthermore, Gus Irawan says one of the causes of overlapping mining certification in Central Kalimantan is caused by an obscurity of administrative territory borders of Central Kalimantan and its neighboring provinces. Therefore, Gus Irawan urges the provincial government to hold an active communication with the related ministry so that the certification overlapping issue can be resolved immediately.
Nah, memang ini saya kira komunikasi pemerintah daerah provinsi dengan pemerintah daerah kabupaten ini bisa lebih baik ya, lebih intensif gitu ya. Nah, tetapi memang di sisi lain banyak juga sebetulnya pelaku usaha tambang ini yang ya katakanlah tidak memenuhi semua ketentuan peraturan untuk mendapatkan sertifikat CNC itu gitu loh.
In line with Gus Irawan, member of Commission 7 of the House, Catur Sabto Edi says, by the enforcement of the Constitution number 23/2014 regarding regional governments where regional district government's authority is pulled to the province, the regional government is expected to immediately synchronize the data so that the overlapping issue of mining and mineral certification license can be minimalized.
Nah, berkenaan dengan CNC ini yang dikeluhkan adalah pengurusan yang kurang jelas, yang time frame-nya tidak jelas, bisa 6 bulan, bisa 2 tahun, dan itu menjadi beban betul buat mereka karena teman-teman.
From Palangkaraya, Central Kalimantan, Nanda Oktiviani and Septia Chaniago, TVR Parliament report. And that rounds up this edition of English Parliamentary News. On behalf of all the crew of TVR Parliament, we would like to thank you for your attention, and we will meet again in the next edition of English Parliamentary News. From me, Rizky Hawadi, once again, thanks for watching and goodbye.